As much as we try to move on, there's always something pulling us back, some truth we're too afraid to face. By the time this story wraps up, it's clear. The weight of past mistakes, the consequences of betrayal, and the cost of loyalty are too much to bear. It's more than just a story of survival. It's about realizing that no matter how hard you fight, some things are beyond your control. The final chapter will leave you with a bittersweet understanding of the choices we make and the price we pay. Don't miss it. The end is where the truth finally comes out. Chapter 16-19. In this chapter, Kim's world is turned upside down. She's just found out she's pregnant, and when she breaks the news to Sean, her boyfriend, she's expecting anger or frustration. But to her surprise, he's thrilled. He's talking about parties and celebrations. Sounds perfect, right? But then, things take a dark turn. Sean starts hinting at something unsettling, something way out of line. He suggests they need to keep up their lifestyle by doing things that would make anyone's skin crawl. He mentions bringing other people into their relationship at the most vulnerable time, right before she gives birth. Get gangbanged by Will Smith, Jada Pinkett, and the other dude. It's heartbreaking. Kim is devastated, but Sean manipulates her, claiming these strange rituals are the only way to keep their success, their luxury lifestyle, and their future secure. In a moment of vulnerability, she feels forced to agree. The chapter ends with Kim feeling trapped, fearing for the soul of her unborn child. She's determined to protect her baby, vowing to give them a strong biblical name, something to hold on to as a piece of goodness and purity. Diddy had reached a point in his career where he held immense power. Those around him, especially the artists who worked under his label, were too afraid to speak out. But this wasn't just about business. His temper and need for control crept into his personal life as well. One Monday afternoon, Sean visited Kim, who had just landed a role in a new movie. She thought he was coming over to celebrate with her, just the two of them. But instead of a happy moment, everything took a dark turn. When she came out of the bathroom, she saw Sean with flowers, except he was furious. He threw a card on the floor that read, "The other night was amazing, we must do it again." Confused and caught off guard, she tried to explain it was a simple fan message or maybe a joke. But Sean wasn't having it. His anger escalated, and he accused her of meeting with someone behind his back. As she tried to calm him down, Sean's rage only grew. He demanded to know who the producer was and accused him of trying to take his family. In a fit of rage, Sean smashed a coffee cup, flinging it across the room, and even overturned a heavy table in his fury. After that violent night, Sean seemed to change, but not in the way you'd think. While Kim was recovering, he put on a different face. The concerned, supportive father, there to help her through her injury. But was it real remorse or something more calculated? The next few months were strange. Sean was there constantly, helping Kim heal and offering support and care. But his presence felt less like kindness and more like control.
Said her and that, I was just saying like she looked kind of big for the amount of months she is. And so I said, baby, I think we need to go to the doctor because you kind of big. You look like you ready to give birth right now. And so we went to the doctor, and guess what? Your boy Diddy is a champion. I am a champion. The doctor told me and Kim, and I'm telling you right now, no press announcement, just telling people in my family that I'm having twins. It is official. Yes, two more Combses. Two.
Her friends and family began to pull away, believing the car accident story Sean had convinced everyone of. As she slowly recovered, she started to feel herself doubting her own memory. Sean would drop hints about how clumsy she was, or how lucky she was to have him there to help her recover. Piece by piece, her independence and confidence faded. It seemed like just when she began to find herself again, he was ready to tear her down. Finally, after months of dependency, Kim found the strength to tell Sean to stay away. But Sean didn't take no for an answer. He would manipulate, plead, and even promise to change. But there was one thing that stuck. She had lost both movie roles. And the producer she had met with? He was gone too, reportedly passing from a sudden bout of pneumonia. It was all too convenient. She couldn't shake the feeling that this illness was more than just a coincidence, but questioning it felt like a risk too high to take. By this point, she understood that the image Sean had created of himself as an unstoppable kingpin wasn't just a title. However, this was the last straw for Kim. It started when she realized Sean hadn't truly changed. After becoming pregnant again, she saw his jealousy, control, and disturbing patterns rise to new levels. When she tried to date anyone, they'd suddenly die, officially from pneumonia. But she knew the truth, and she knew Sean was behind it. Now she was ready to end it for good. The plan was risky, but it was her only way out. Sean had a private vault, filled with tapes from his notorious parties involving artists and some shocking names like Usher, Lil Bow Wow, and Justin Bieber. She started sneaking the tapes out one by one, copying them, and putting them back. She knew these recordings were her only leverage, and each tape she copied brought her closer to freedom. After weeks of preparation, she was finally ready to confront him. She called him over, but this time she wasn't alone. With her friend Kimura there for support, she told Sean it was over. She had the tapes, and she made it clear. If anything happened to her, the footage would be released. Sean's anger boiled over, but she stood her ground. He lunged at her in a final act of aggression, and they struggled at the top of the stairs. In a desperate moment, she kicked him back, sending him tumbling down. When the cops arrived, Sean was taken away in an ambulance, and she felt the weight lift from her shoulders. For the first time, Kim felt empowered and free. The days of being under Sean Combs' control had finally come to an end. Kim tried to start fresh and even began dating again, but every new boyfriend would meet the same fate, dying mysteriously of pneumonia. She knew it was Sean. This wasn't just a coincidence, it was a pattern. That's when she knew. It was time to tell the world the truth. Kim was determined to reveal everything, so she began documenting her story in a book. A tell-all that would expose secrets she'd lived with for years. But then, her home was broken into. Her laptop containing early drafts was gone. But she was prepared. She'd saved it all in the cloud. No one, not even Sean, could silence her now. As she worked on the book, she began feeling ill. Too ill. Sean's voice echoed through the phone, with a chilling calmness. She begged him to think of their children. His response was cold. "The most important thing to me in the world is loyalty." That's when she knew he wouldn't stop. Her worst fear was becoming a reality. In one final act of defiance, Kim sent a group text to her friends. "He got me." Then she called 911, her strength slipping away. She'd written her last chapter, knowing this might be her last chance to expose Sean. This story is a powerful reminder of how control, fear, and fame can mask terrible truths. Kim may never see her words reach the world, but they will. Her legacy will be the truth she fought so hard to reveal. If this story shocked you, let us know in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more stories that pull back the curtain on the world's most shocking secrets.